In this video, I'm going to explain you how to use the camera entity. So the camera entity is the camera that renders your viewport, basically. And it's an entity that if I delete the entity from here, from the scene, you can see that I can still navigate and see the camera here, because we always use a default camera. But let me undo this, and the camera entity here, if we click, we see that we have this small viewport, these lines that indicate the viewport direction and the view. I can easily change this this view. For example, if I want this view to be like this, I right click and I do scene view and set initial view, and you see that the camera changed to this view. If I right click again and go to initial view, it positions the camera again on the initial view of the camera. But I can move the camera. For example, I can do it like more like this, and we see that that if I go to initial view, it changes the initial view. So because I'm changing the position of the camera in here. There are some concepts in the camera that might be useful for you to understand. So the camera has positions and rotations, but it also has this camera target coordinate, which basically gives you the direction to where the camera points to. And that's why when we do this set initial view, you can see that it changes the camera target as well. So if you want to tweak these values, you can do it in here. Of course, it's more easier to do it like this, but you can tweak these values as well. The field of view, this field of view can also be tweaked. For example, I can change it to a small value, and you can see that it might seems like it's like a zoomed, but it's really not a zoom. It simulates a zoom, but it's like a field of view. So your field gets more tightened, let's say it like that. It seems like we are more far from the object, but the field of view, it's something that you can play with and try to have the field of view as you like. The near parameter is the nearest point of the camera. So what this means is, let's say like the near point is 0.1. So when I zoom in the units of this, I can zoom in a lot. Okay, so if I do this like 1 meter, for example, you can see that the near projection, it gets kind of cut in the camera. So all the objects that are in the less than 1 unit of distance, they are not rendered. As you can see, it makes this effect. So usually we don't touch this value. The same with the far. So if I do like a 10, and you can see that it's already not rendering on a 10 unit distance, and the farthest I go, it doesn't render the object be more than 10 units of meters. That's why we have 100, for example. More values that we can tweak is the camera controls. So camera controls are basically what allow me to move the camera like this. So I can move with my mouse or touchpad or mobile. I can move the camera like this. If I disable them, I cannot move them. So it stays fixed like this. So might be useful for some experiences as well. But enabled, we can see we have some different property sections here. For example, the auto rotate is an auto rotate feature that auto rotates the camera. I have a speed of 2. If I switch this to preview, I can preview it, so it doesn't bother you when you are editing. But you can see that if we increase this value, the rotation speeds up a bit more. And the same for the rotation. So now it's rotating in this axis, in the horizontal axis, but I can also change it to vertical, so it does like this. So it makes a smooth auto rotation in the horizontal, the vertical axis. So if I will turn off the preview right now, we have these mouse buttons and touch and settings. So the mouse buttons and touch are similar, so they indicate the way that you interact with the experience, so the way that the camera moves. And right now I have the camera with these mouse buttons. A small detail: when you create different kind of scenes, for example, I'm in the free world scene, which allows me to, which creates a camera with these preset values already. But if I create a 360 panorama, for example, if I select the camera, you can see that the mouse buttons are different. So as I'm in the panorama, let me drag a panorama here, for example. I want to drag the camera only around a sphere like I was inside the sphere, you know. And this is what the mouse buttons do. So the left is what allows me to rotate. So on the left click of the mouse, I can rotate the camera. I could change this. So for example, if I want the right click of the mouse to rotate, I can select rotate and select none on the left, or have both. It doesn't matter. You can see that I can scroll, I can pan around on the panorama, and not with the left one. The same for the touches, which are more for mobile and tablets. For the settings, for example, we have a lot of settings here, so you can explore this. But for example, the dragging smooth time is something that it's also nice. For example, you can see that I'm dragging the panorama like this, and it stops because this dragging smooth time is smaller. But if I increase this value, for example, to let's say 0.5, you can see when I drag and stop dragging, it still does this smooth time transition when I do the rotation of the camera. You can, for example, you can lock if I don't want the user to like really rotate to the bottom of the panorama, for example, with these polar angles, mean polar angles and mean azimuth angles. For example, this is in radians, okay? And for example, if I do 0.5, you can see that I cannot go any further, okay? So if I do 0 again, you can see that I can scroll, I can pan to the bottom of the panorama. But if I do like 0.5 or 1, for example, it doesn't allow me to rotate more than this. Okay, so it's sometimes it's useful if you don't want to really rotate to the maximum angles of the panorama. Yeah, I think that's it. I hope you understood, and see you on the